Hello students, I miss you greatly, but I hope you are having fun at home and finding ways to be creative and inventive in your own way. Today I'm going to show how to use everyday items, specifically toilet paper rolls, to create some cardboard tube bunnies. You can create any other animal you want or add any other detail besides what I show here. Have fun, be inventive. You are creative problem solvers, and I know with the supplies you have on hand, you can make some awesome creatures just like these. Okay, first off, you will need a cardboard tube. Any size is fine. I like these smaller tubes though to begin with. They're the perfect bunny body size. I'm going to use a brown one today, but sometimes you can find white ones, which are kind of fun to play with too. You only need one of these tubes. And then I actually have a paper towel tube or a different tube that you could use to make the ears. You could use the same size, but I'm just going to use this one for the sake of ease. You're going to use your scissors. You're going to hold your scissors in your cutting hand, and you are going to actually cut a little strip off. This wasn't very large now. And I actually folded my tube to cut it. It's nice to get them about the same size, but that doesn't matter as much. Now, because I folded it, it actually is the perfect size we need for this. You will be able to hold these two together and use some tape or glue to connect these at the point. Right at the bottom. And here are our ears for our tube bunny. If we stick them right in here, you can press this a little bit, pull them open, and make them fit. Now I'm going to use a drop of glue, Elmer's glue, but you can use tape or anything you want. You just need a dot opposite from each other on the tube, not a lot, and you can hold them in. I like to have them in a little bit, not too deep, and hold those together. Now you're gonna have to wait for these to dry. That's why tape, if you are impatient, might work best, but otherwise glue will be just fine. Okay, here we go. And there are our bunny ears. If these scissors, though, are too much for you, you can use a piece of paper and your finger to make the perfect ear size. Now, I have really big fingers. You could use someone else's. Oops. Here's my pencil. To trace two ear shapes around your finger. You could take your paper and fold it if you want so they could be the exact same shape. But you can cut out an ear. And I notice I really like them if they're paper ears to be a little more rounded. And it's okay if you go off your lines, that's totally fine. Boop. Now I have two ears for my bunny, which I could attach just like this. So there are the two different ways to make bunny ears. Now I'm going to show you two different ways to make eyes for your bunny. You can use a Sharpie marker or a other Crayola marker. Any color. I'm just going to use a Sharpie though. I'm going to make these little dots right here. I think bunnies have pretty small eyes. Now you could do eyes like that, or if you want, you could do eyes like my example here, which are kind of, I like to actually curve this upside down here. They're kind of like a little curve. Bloop. Bloop. Just like that. And I could give her little eyelashes. Bloop. And then a nose. And bunnies have a little flap right here to make their little mouth. You could do a triangle nose though. And I like to do the same sort of flap for the mouth. Just like that. You can then add some color with colored pencils. Colored pencils do really, really well on these cardboard tubes. You could also cut paper and add paper on there. I'm going to do a little bit of both. I'm going to color a pink nose on my bunny. And I'm going to give it some pink cheeks. Because bunnies also have whiskers. I'm going to give him some too. You can use a marker. If you have string or anything else, you could add whiskers that way. Oops. Just like that. And now I like to add a little extra onto my bunny. I like to give it a little tummy patch, just like on this guy. You can do the same thing, kind of like I did here, with your finger and a curve around. But this time, instead of going directly against, I'm going to make a bit of a bubble. Whoops, that was a little big. I might end up cutting it a little bit smaller, which I can always go back, because I used pencil, and fix. I've got my scissors in my scissor cutting hand, and I'm moving the paper with my other hand here. I'm kind of going a little bit in between. That's okay. Oops. Not the best line. I can fix this. Just like this. There we go. Now I've got a little curved tummy for my bunny. And I pull it up and I look before I grab my glue bottle to see if it fits. I think that looks perfect. I could do the same thing if I had a white tube. You could use white paper and color it, or you could use pink paper or color it. Or you could even just use colored pencils or markers or whatever you want. I'm just going to put a tummy on this little guy for now. Kind of like him to stay that way. Now I can use Elmer's glue, but I really like to use a glue stick, so I'm going to use one of those. I'm putting glue down. Lining it up at the bottom. Just like that. Bloop. Now, we need one more final touch on our bunnies. We need a tail, just like this. You could use a cotton ball. This is actually just some cotton I got from my medicine cabinet. But you can take some cotton, cut yourself a little cotton ball. I got glue on my finger, it's sticking to me. Or a pom-pom if you have pom-poms at home. I'm going to use a pom-pom on this guy, making sure it's the back. Just not a lot. I'm going to hold his tail on for a little bit. And on this guy, I'm going to use this cotton ball. And that is how we make our bunnies.